And also, you don't like Marjorie Taylor Greene, or you think that she's like a wingnut like I do, right?
I mean, I think I actually like that she's a wingnut. I just think that she appeals and panders to really awful and horrible people.
Yeah, I think that she's a little wound up. I wonder how she and Milo are doing. Milo.
Oh, we should look. Can we look at that real quick?
Yeah, let's
How
see.
is it going with Milo Yiannopoulos interning for Marjorie Taylor Greene?
He's interning?
Yes.
Really?
He is interning.
Wow, that is very interesting. I mean, isn't he like too prestigious to be an intern?
Apparently not. Not for Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Well, let's see. Are we still in the honeymoon phase?
Oh, we'll see.
How is Milo and Marjorie Taylor Greene? How are they doing?
How are they doing?
How is
The honeymoon over?
Is the honeymoon phase over? That's one fight. I really want to see that.
I know, I do too. I wanted to see it on live TV or live.
Oh my Twitter. God! Get the popcorn.
Of course, I'm not on Twitter anymore because I was permanently banned. But
well, bygones.
You know. What can you do?
Marjorie Taylor Greene and Milo, how are they doing?
Marjorie Taylor Greene and Milo, how are they doing?
And tell me when to stop shuffling.
Stop.
Let's see. Is it terrible? I want to see awful cards. Okay. No. Oh, okay.
Is it coming?
We do have this like self-assertion. I mean, this weekend's aspects.
So they're having a pissing contest.
Well, somebody's sort of like unconditionally asserting themselves. One of them, probably Marjorie, is like, she's the type of person I think like you give her an inch, she takes New York. Do you know what I mean? Like the worst person I think you could ever intern for is probably her, right?
Oh, I would never. I would never.
No, of course not. I mean, I think that she's probably like really just pushing things. And the Valor card is sort of like Milo's a Libra. So like, they'll take shit, and then like finally there'll be that one cherry on the ice cream sundae and they will go ballistic and they will leave nothing unsaid. So I do think that there's some assertion going on there. However, there is with the Queen of Cups this simpatico, loving, good feelings. But then we have the Tower.
I knew it was the Tower. I knew it.
So my feeling is that there will be trouble in paradise. It's almost like this. This is really interesting in terms of relationships, actually. It's sort of like we have a moment of like self-assertion of like, okay, yeah, you can't really do this anymore. Sorry, but I'm not putting up with this, right? Then we have like, oh, okay.
And they're going to make up and they're going to kiss and hug and go out for cocktails. It's like,
you did it again. Because when you say you're sorry, that means I'm not going to do it again, right?
So who can you psychic who is going to be like at fault in the Great Tower event? Is it going to be Marjorie or is it going to be Milo?
I mean, I think it's Marjorie. I think Milo will mind his P's and Q's. I think Libras are really, really good at being emotionally detached and they sort of do their job. They're very economical about it. But I think Marjorie is I think that she's loose cannon. And I think that, I think Milo also, I believe, has a Pisces moon or rising, one or the other. So my feeling is that Milo is probably really happy with this opportunity, but Marjorie is probably taking advantage. That's my guess.
All right, I have a follow-up question on this.
Mm-hmm.
Is Milo still pretending he's straight?
Ooh, but what if he is straight? What about
he's not straight? Milo Yiannopoulos is not straight.
What about the fluidity, Carlin?
No, Joshua. Milo Yiannopoulos is not straight. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows that Milo Yiannopoulos is not straight, except possibly Lauren Witzke. He's not straight. No, there is no universe.
So, okay. What do you think, though? Like, don't we both agree that most people are bisexual, that it is as natural for a woman to love a woman and a man to love a man as it is for heteronormative?
Did you just use the word heteronormative
on
our show? Why
I'm
would
using
you do
it all
that
the time
to
now.
Me? Oh
no.
God.
I had to apologize in an astrology class that I was in because I was saying something, right? I was like, oh, well, if he likes her and she likes him, and somebody raised the point. She goes, so you know, not everybody. And I said, okay, well, I'm using heteronormative terms just because there's more people that can identify with them. It's being economical. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wait, were you teaching the class or were you?
I was not. No, I was.
You got into a struggle session, Joshua. Is this your first struggle session?
No. I apologized and I said the reason I'm using heteronormative terms, and I'm gonna.
You never apologized. Did you not read my book? You never apologized to these people.
I read your book, but I didn't want it to come across as a jerk. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, I told them why I was using heteronormative terms. I love saying heteronormative.
Oh my God.
But what I'm saying is that I think most people are bisexual. So if that's the case, why wouldn't he go through these phases of like, okay, I like chicks now. Ooh, what's that? I like guys now. Like, why? You can't see that. Like, you don't think that that's plausible?
Okay, so the Kinsey scale is there is fluidity, but the Kinsey scale also has in it that there are some people that are exclusive, like they exclusively behave heterosexually and exclusively behave homosexually. So it is a scale, and I just don't buy into the idea at all that Milo Yiannopoulos is even an inch over towards the straight column. I don't buy it. I don't think he's ever had sex with a woman. I don't know that, like, I just don't. Like, can you even picture that? I can't. God, no, I just got a visual in my head. That would never fucking happen. Milo Yiannopoulos has never had sex with a woman. I'm sorry. That is not real.
What, you can picture him having sex with a dude?
Yes. Absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Well, how about we ask if there's a chance, like, is Milo, I mean, is he famous enough to do this? Is it unethical?
What do you mean? Yes, he's famous enough. Yes, of course.
Is he really?
Yes.
So will there be changes in his latest his sexuality again?
We're either gonna get kings or queens, and that's what's gonna
Okay, let's do it that way. Okay, so is Milo is Milo flowing back and forth? Like, is he soon gonna be going back to the other side?
To the D.
To the D.
Is Milo Yiannopoulos flowing back to the D?
Let's and tell me when to stop shuffling.
Stop. It's kings, isn't it? It's kings.
No, we don't have any kings nor queens. We do have Wheel of Fortune, so there is this like perhaps cycle that's repeating itself. I think that it's love, and there's Four of Cups. So like I think there's stable emotions around him. I think what I think, Carlin, he might be the type of person that what is it called? It's called demisexual. Those people that can only are attracted to people they have an emotional connection to.
I hate all these terms. Like there is. I don't buy into this idea of a demisexual. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't buy into
demisexual.
I have no idea. But like I've been spending way too much time in like trans like off limits Discord groups lately and like Reddit groups and stuff like that. I don't buy into any of these things. Like, people like what they like. Sometimes they like something. Sometimes they like other things. I don't think like you can. I only sleep with people I'm emotionally connected to. Bullshit. I'm sorry. Like, bull fucking shit.
Well, I think that what they say is that they can only really be turned on, and they only can really be attracted if there's that emotional component.
I don't believe it. That's not physiologically possible.
But what about asexuals who have absolutely no sexual attraction?
Well, but I think that is a different thing. I think that's probably an evolutionary thing. But don't tell me that someone who has like a sexual attraction to like that isn't like an asexual. We're taking the asexuals, we're putting them over here. Okay. If you give a woman a fucking vibrator and then she's claims she's a demisexual, she's gonna get turned on. It's just the way the body works. It is how it goes. If you touch her in a certain place, she's going to be ready for business. So don't tell me that she needs an emotional connection to have a physiological response to stimulus. It just makes no sense.
Ooh, I really like this conversation. Maybe this is a longer conversation, because I actually do think that the brain sometimes, like, okay, let's just use your example because it's kind of sexy. Like, why not, right?
Okay.
What if a woman has like almost like a mental block in that, just like all those people that may have been like opened up through a weird an explosive drug experience. Like they can't get turned on by normal means because they were opened up in a way that, you know, for instance, their mind might not be able to turn itself off unless there's an emotional connection or some kind of extreme going on. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I mean, fine, and I totally get that, but that's not a sexual orientation. That is a psychological problem that they need to go to therapy over and to get over whatever caused them to have that in the first place. Because that's not a physiological problem. It's not a developmental problem. It's not any of these things.
Interesting. Well, different strokes for different folks, I guess.
I suppose so. I suppose so.
Literally.
Literally. Well, guys, welcome to, I guess, a very sexy version of Nothing Remotely Controversial. This is a show that Joshua and I do every Tuesday night at 9:30, where we talk about the news and what's going on in the world and Milo Yiannopoulos' sex life, apparently. And then Joshua, who is a professional psychic, uses his psychic and astrology and tarot card prowess to help us peer beneath the surface and see what's really going on. And we do take your questions on this show. You just have to send us in a super chat. You get to decide how much the super chat is based on how much you want to write or how much you like Joshua's shirt on any given night, or a haircut. In fact, whatever the case may be, your hair is deeply controversial on this show, Joshua.
It is. It's a green shirt. Can you tell that it's green?
I did tell. It's like a hunter green, right? It's like a very dark green.
Yeah.
We just asked that if you're going to ask a question, that you keep it a high-level question that would be interesting to everyone. Like, has Milo Yiannopoulos ever actually had sex with a woman?
I would think that he would have, is my guess.
Don't make you psychic that.
I'm not. But okay, just to use your point, you're saying that if a woman puts a vibrator in herself, then she's going to get turned on. Then why wouldn't it be the same when the penis is essentially meant for the... That's going to get me in trouble. But you know what I'm saying? Like the opening
heteronormative.
The vagina is like it's almost like a suction for the penis, right? Like it's perfect orifice for the penis. So like, why is it that if you're saying like, oh, well, if a woman uses a vibrator and she doesn't get turned on, that's impossible. But why is it if a man puts his member in a woman, why isn't it the same thing?
I mean, I suppose, like, I'm not saying he functionally couldn't have sex with a woman. I'm not saying it's physiologically impossible. I'm just saying that I strongly doubt that has actually occurred.
Okay.
I mean, gay men can get turned, like, can you know, the equipment works and they can put the equipment in the thing, but that doesn't necessarily mean that would be something that would be interesting to them, I would think.
Right, but you got to remember there are definitely a lot of like men who have had, families and plenty of children and been, very, very, very sexually active with women who then all of a sudden they turn 50 or actually 40. It's probably like oftentimes that Uranus square that people go through. And then it's like
Uranus, literally.
So I wonder. But this is a really interesting discussion. Maybe it's another show, Carlin.
We should have a whole talk about sex.
I think
that'll be a separate stream. Carlin and Joshua talk about sex.
Yeah. I think that could be good. We could call it Let's Talk About Sex.
Let's talk about sex next on the Disenraged series. I need to get scheduled for that anyway.
Disenraged series, exactly.